Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Talking Nerdy with Max and Thomas. I'm Max.
And I'm Thomas.
And we're going to talk nerdy to you. So today, we thought we'd do something a little bit different. We're going to have a very quick versus match. So if you had caught our episode of Star Wars versus Lord of the Rings.
Where we went at it.
Oh, you got a booger.
What?
I see it. There's a booger.
What?
No, left nostril.
What?
Left nostril. Oh my God.
What?
It's out more. You got it. Wait, no, it's still there. It's still there. Is it skin? Is it booger? I don't know.
What?
Do you see it? Is it
What?
not just me? Turn. You're good. You're good.
What? It's just the light?
This is no. It was there. But don't worry. It is now a booger-free zone.
God, okay. What in the world?
It's not a problem.
Is this friendship worth it? Yeah, it is.
You got dinner out of it. So what we're gonna do, inside this magical hat of wonders are a bunch of little slips of paper. So on each of these little slips of paper are two options. We are gonna randomly draw from this hat, see our two options, and instinctively pick which one it is. Now we'll pick first thing, whatever your gut says, and then we can hash it out and argue. There's no winners or losers, except anyone who doesn't get to play the game. Ha 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 ha.
Way to be inclusive.
Yeah, and they can comment. You can comment and argue. All right, would you do the honors and pick the first slip?
All right. Mario versus Pokemon. 3, 2, 1. Pokemon.
God,
Pokemon.
Mario. Sorry, Mario.
Pokemon.
I'm
Like
saying
the whole thing. The whole thing. The whole thing. Each whole thing. Because Pokemon right now, Pal World, is getting they're getting a little sloppy.
I panicked and I took too long thinking about it. I do think Mario, and I'm going to say Mario because there's more of a diversity of games with Mario.
True.
You got all these different. You got Mario Kart. You got Super Mario Party. You've got Super Mario Brothers.
Tennis, the Olympics, Mario Builder. Is it Builder that you can build whatever levels? It's amazing.
Mario Maker. Super
Mario Maker. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I mean, I love the original Pokemon. Like, I love my Fire Red. I loved Up Until Diamond.
Okay.
It's the same game every game. It's like buying FIFA. You're getting the same thing, a new roster.
Oh wow, yeah.
And you know, I love Pokemon. You know, I grew up watching the show.
Yep.
Pikachu
Same.
is my favorite because I'm a basic bitch.
I love Pokemon Emerald, man. Pokemon Emerald, Gen 3, baby.
But you know, gun at my head, I'm picking Mario.
Man, like another year or two of the same Pokemon. Here's the next one. And, I mean, Pal World already. It's like, wow, yeah, anyone can make a better 3D open world. And it's really hard to look at the current Pokemon games when on the same little Switch console you have Breath of the Wild's world. Anytime a Mario game releases, you know it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, well, and you know, I'll also say Mario can get repetitive. It's like, okay, save the princess. But also some of the Pokemon are kind of getting silly. It's like next generation, we're just going to have a chair with wings.
We do not yet have that, so that could be a thing.
It's coming. All right.
I really hope it doesn't.
Don't catch them all. All right. Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network.
Network.
Okay. Yeah, that one to me is a no-brainer. Like Nickelodeon had some great stuff growing up. You had SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents,
Yes.
Jimmy Neutron. Love those. But Cartoon Network, you got Ed, Edd and Eddy, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. You had
Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory,
Johnny Bravo. Courage the
well,
Cowardly Dog, Kids Next Door.
Samurai Jack was a part of Cartoon Network.
Yes.
It just came on right before Toonami.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that was like right into like Adult Swim.
Yes.
It's like that was like the transition.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, yeah, Cartoon Network. That one didn't even take much discussion. It was just like, that was, yeah.
Star Wars versus Star Trek. 3, 2, 1.
Star
Star
Wars.
Trek. Or Star Wars. Wow. My brain is broken. Sorry. Wars. Yeah. I'm not a Trekkie. Sorry.
I don't know about that, Thomas.
But the
Maybe
lower
we're-
lower deck show, I love. Oh my god.
Is that the cartoon one?
Yes.
I've heard that's
But
good.
you just get to see more of the world and the ships. And for some reason, people are like, oh, it isn't your classic captain does this thing. And I'm like, but yeah, you've done that like there's like an active one right now. I'm like, you don't need.
Is it Picard? Is that the one that's
there's-
going on,
yeah,
or
there's
is there a whole new
Yeah,
one?
there's Picard, and I think there's another one that was running just. I don't think it's picked up another season, but it's like, if you want your typical Star Trek, watch this movie or show.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's this one that actually like explores the world because they can animate and do whatever they want. So your aliens can be freakier and stuff because they're not just. Here's the problem with Trek versus Star Wars. Star Wars, you've got crazy puppets and you've got pneumatics and stuff. So you've got the droids, and now you've also got some CGI. Star Trek is in that stuck point in time where every alien is just pointier ear or big two noses, and I'm like, come on.
I'll give it to Star Trek though, the fact that Klingon is a natural language. I will give them that.
Yes.
That's
Otherwise, Star Wars.
that is
wrong?
strike two, Thomas.
What is wrong with
What? Stop it.
I don't know.
We're moving
I don't
on
know what's
'cause
wrong.
I'm not hearing this blasphemy in my house.
Star Wars.
PlayStation versus Xbox. PlayStation.
Xbox.
So I'm going to
Xbox.
say PlayStation. To be fair, I grew up on PlayStation. PlayStation 1
Yep.
was my first ever console when I was a kid. Got the PS2.
1 and 2, baby. Spyro, Sly Cooper.
Oh, yes, the Sly Cooper stuff was incredible.
Crash Bandicoot, Time Crisis. Our controllers were guns, man.
And like, so Xbox, I did switch. I didn't do PlayStation 3. I went to Xbox 360. But then I went back to PlayStation 4. And to me, it's like you've got the Uncharted series, you got The Last of Us.
Do you have Bloodborne?
Spider-Man. No, I didn't get Bloodborne.
Oh my god.
But
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
no, but so
They have great exclusives.
Yeah.
Great exclusives.
yeah, I think they win with and God of War.
Yes.
God of War, yeah.
Gosh.
So to me, it's like Xbox 360. That was great, but I think but a lot of those games were also like cross console or cross platform.
Right.
But yeah. Nothing against Xbox. PC guy now. You take from the hat? Oh,
yes.
Oh, see.
Quentin Tarantino versus Martin Scorsese. I'm glad I got those right.
Quentin Tarantino.
Martin
Tarantino?
Martin
not an option.
Scorsese.
Yeah, so they're both great. I think Tarantino's just got such a unique style. And I mean, Scorsese does too, and Scorsese's got
Yes.
great movies. But Tarantino, you got Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Bastards, The Hateful Eight.
Yep.
All those movies are great. I've seen Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown's great. I haven't watched The Kill Bills. So
The Kill Bills are fun.
yeah,
They're fun. It's a revenge story.
yeah.
Yeah.
And-
You can't go wrong with it.
Oh, then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is also incredible. Scorsese, I like Scorsese, but it feels it's the same movie, different setting. Is what I'll say.
Then I'd have to give it to Tarantino then, because he actually has different stories.
Yeah, and I mean, I again.
What's wrong with having a good time though?
Yeah, well, and the thing is, I love.
I like
Scorsese.
Godzilla. What happened? Godzilla movie. Godzilla shows up. Godzilla destroys stuff. He leaves.
Imagine.
Wow.
But imagine Quentin Tarantino doing like a Godzilla film or one of those big monster films. That would be amazing.
Yes.
He'd do that well. But I mean, again, Scorsese,
I would like to see that. Oh.
I love Goodfellas is great. Gangs in New York is great. He's granted he has had some movies that were different, like Hugo was different, very different.
Yes.
Yeah, and that one's for you, baby. It's what inspired her to go into film. Hugo.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Not
yeah.
Pulp Fiction?
Well, no.
Aw.
And also, so this might be a
Too
little.
much guns and drugs.
My big thing is I'm not a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan.
Really? Okay.
I'm not a big fan. Like, I understand why, I guess I understand why people like him. But to me, it's like anytime I see him on screen, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. It's never, he never, like, to me, he never seems like Gary Oldman, he like transforms into his role. Same with like Daniel Day-Lewis or Tom Hardy is who I was thinking. Because he very much just transforms into the role.
Yep.
To me, it's like, it's Leo in a different costume.
For Tom Hardy's sort of getting there, just like whenever I see him on screen. It fooled me with Bane, with Batman, obscuring part of his face and just no hair. That really threw me off until finally it was just like, oh no, that's okay. That's a similar problem with whenever I see Will Smith in a movie. Oddly enough, not
Will Smith's always Will Smith.
Yeah, he's just Will Smith. But not the same thing whenever I get Will Ferrell. I like whenever he's doing just this crazy bombastic character.
Like a man-child.
Yeah. And for some reason I'm like, well,
okay, so time. I think that's different because it's a comedy. And you know, it's like you expect that kind of humor from that person.
Okay.
Where if it's any other kind of movie, you're just like, where's the range? Or it's like The Rock. The Rock is always playing The Rock.
Yes.
He's going to have a khaki shirt on. He's going to punch something. He's going to do his weird little like eyebrow thing.
My sleeves are missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one.
Blah, 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 blah. Ooh. Indiana Jones versus Jurassic Park. How do we want to take that? Do we want to take it as the movie, particular like Raiders of the Lost Ark versus Jurassic Park? Or are we doing franchises? Because I'm going to have different answers.
Let's individual movies, and then right after that, we do another countdown and do the series.
Okay, so individual movies first.
Yep.
Jurassic Park. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark, though. But the first Jurassic Park movie is just fucking phenomenal.
Amazing.
It is. Oh my God.
Amazing.
It's so good.
Terrifying when you were a kid. Terrifying when the raptors are after you.
I watched that movie when I was 4. Apparently I cried. But it quickly became my favorite movie and inspired me to want to be a paleontologist.
Okay.
I'm not a paleontologist.
Okay, the whole series.
The whole series? Indiana
Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. So the first 3 movies, especially Raiders and Last Crusade,
yes,
they're perfect.
Oh,
they're awesome. They're incredible.
Gosh, just amazing.
I recently saw Dial of Destiny.
Yep,
I liked it. I don't understand what the big deal was.
To see that one.
Yeah,
that's
I thought
great.
It was good.
The fourth, the Crystal Skull was a little, but
skip it.
It's good that it's like, hey, here's a good entry in it. Jurassic Park. I can't tell you what happened. Is the second one when like the family has like a lost kid on it?
That's the third one.
That's the third. Yeah, I don't even remember the second.
So the second
and
one,
that has
the Lost
Jeff
World
Goldblum
Jurassic
in it
Park.
still, right?
Yeah. So what happens is there's like 2 groups. There's like the scientists going to study. So there's a separate island. So in the first one, it's Isla Nublar. And then in the second one, the third one also, it's Isla Sorna. And so the scientists are going, so they want to study the dinosaurs now that they're just alone.
Studying their own biome.
Yeah, and they're like trying to rescue Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend in it. Because he has like horrible like PTSD tied to it. Like he's terrified of it. He doesn't want to go there, but he's going there just to save her. And then you've got greedy corporate guys who are just like, nope, we're capturing these dinosaurs and we're taking them to San Diego and we're gonna have a fucking zoo with dinosaurs. That's that one. But like the Jurassic World movies suck ass. Excuse me.
Just that bad.
That's how.
Just that bad. It gave him gas.
That's how.
Just that bad.
That's how disgusted I am with the Jurassic World movies as I burp when I say it. So I haven't seen Fallen Kingdom because I just couldn't.
Why would you watch a sequel?
Dominion was trash. It was just trash. And then Jurassic World. So I watched Jurassic World twice. I watched it the first time and I was just like, I don't really like it. It's like they took all the things that were great about Jurassic Park and watered it down. And then just kind of added chrome to it.
We're
you know?
splicing. This is the
Gene split, yeah.
Verizon T-Rex. I'm like, I don't care.
And then so the second time I watched it, I had an emergency appendectomy, and they gave me, they prescribe you pain medication, and I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll enjoy this a little bit more.
While you're a little loopy about it. Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
It sucked.
Oh,
I still didn't like it.
you can't have a good time when you're halfway out of it.
Yeah, turns out Vicodin cannot fix the pain of watching that abomination.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Your turn, sir.
Oh, I think we've talked a little bit about this when we were gaming a little bit together, but Baldur's Gate 3 versus Skyrim.
Baldur's Gate
3! Yeah. Oh, man.
I love Skyrim. I bought it twice. You know, I had it on the 360 originally. Mm-hmm. I bought it on the PS4. I love it.
Skyrim is good. Skyrim was great when it came out.
2011. I remember.
Over a decade ago.
Yeah. So I remember because it came out on 11/11/11.
Oh.
And there was a guy.
I don't remember when it released because it's released 20 other times.
Yeah. Really. But so, and I remember this specifically because I didn't know about the Elder Scrolls. I think I was in 2011. I think I was a freshman in high school.
I had no clue what the Elder Scrolls was.
Had no clue.
Didn't know what the MacGuffin was. Oh, it's an Elder Scroll. I guess it's a magic thing. Mm-hmm. I did not understand what Morrowind or Oblivion were. Mm-mm. Because my brain was, okay, Skyrim is in like some series. All right, what's Skyrim 4? What's Skyrim 6? What's Skyrim 2? And people were looking at me like, no, they're the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So, I remember the first time I'd really heard about it. So, because I mean, I'm sure I saw ads of like the Viking-looking dude and just thought it's like, oh, okay, it's just a game. There was a guy in my class that was a year older. It was an art class, and his parents told him he had two options. He could get Skyrim on his Xbox 360 when it came out, or he could pay to go get his driver's license.
He made the right choice.
He picked Skyrim.
One of those is a lot of fun. The other one just leads to you going and doing errands.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. We haven't even finished Baldur's Gate 3.
It's so good.
And we've put 30 some odd hours into a 4-player campaign in it, and we are not even halfway through. We're like a third of the way through.
And so I'm going to say the advantage I'm giving to Baldur's Gate is, one, the story.
Yes.
2, the fact that you can do multiplayer. Mm-hmm. And I think like the magic system and the combat
did something illegal. It's time to be arrested. No.
No.
That doesn't happen here. That's okay. Kill that guy. He's evil.
Quick before he. Yeah. So I gotta give it to Baldur's Gate 3. Skyrim's incredible.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate.
Also, Skyrim, you only get one companion. Baldur's Gate 3, you got a little army.
And you can control what they do.
Yeah.
So that way they don't do stupid shit.
If you put them in turn-based mode and make everyone walk individually.
Yeah, it's like,
don't step on them exploding mushrooms.
Dumb bastards.
Meanwhile, Skyrim NPC walks into trap, dies. Well, he was carrying 300 pounds of dragon bones. I need to reload.
It's like, damn it. I has to do it all by myself. Yeah. Wait, could you fast travel while encumbered? I can't remember. I don't feel like... Could you in Skyrim?
You couldn't. You had to drink a potion to increase your max weight, and then you would teleport, and then you would immediately wear off, and you'd be in town, walking to the nearest vendor. Please.
Slow, and it was never the The forge and the salesmen were never right by the entrance.
You had to
go
level.
in.
You had to level up your speech so everyone you could sell to anyone, any vendor. Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings versus Game of Thrones.
Lord of the Rings.
Game of Thrones is phenomenal. I've watched. I want to say I've seen it through like 4 times. Besides season 8. Like season 8, I watched it the one time and I haven't committed to watching that whole thing again. But I watched it 4 times up until that point.
That is the problem with just that one in particular. Lord of the Rings, each movie has a big climactic battle that you can look forward to near the end of each. Still have a little bit of the cliffhanger bits here at the end of each one, but on the other hand, you have a great opening series, like three or four great seasons, and if you already know what you're going towards and it's just a steaming pile of crap, you have no motivation to see it.
So I think it would be a closer fight for me if George R.R. Martin finished the books and then
they redid it. They just here's
just those
season
2 seasons
9 or whichever one, and then like slash whatever, like the what really went down. Just retcon that last season.
Which of
Game of Thrones.
I do love the books, but they need to be finished, and the showrunners shit the bed and they just gave up on it.
I mean, literally, yeah. We don't care about this thing anymore. See ya.
So I mean, part of me, it's almost unfair to judge the two, but they both finished technically.
What was the project they ran off to go do?
Star Wars. And then they're not doing Star Wars anymore.
No,
they're not. They were supposed to have. I don't know if it was I think it was may have just been a movie they were supposed to do.
Okay. Were they supposed to do like Obi-Wan and then it wasn't a movie, it became a series?
No, it was something totally different. They never announced what it was supposed to be.
Oh, that's dead and gone.
It's dead and gone.
Okay. The Sopranos versus Breaking Bad. I've only seen one of these, unfortunately.
I've only seen one of them also.
Oh.
And I have a feeling I watched a different one than you did.
Yeah, okay.
So,
3, 2, 1.
Sopranos.
Breaking Bad.
Sopranos, it's just, it's so good. It's so freaking good.
You don't have a Mexico filter for when you're in Mexico. How do you know you're somewhere else?
Did they do that in the show?
Yes, yeah, anytime they're in the desert.
Was it just like a brownish tint they put over Mexico?
Yes!
Why?
Yes!
Why do they need to change the filter just to show it's like, we're in Mexico?
Oh, you have such good bad guys, though, in both shows.
Yeah, and I mean, from the bit I do know about Breaking Bad, I've heard there's great plot points. There's the acting I've heard is phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Great villains. What's his name? Esposito.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't think of his first name.
Earlier on, is that Lalo? No, that's a different one. But yeah, he's an awesome. He's your happy boss, basically, who's just always having a great time, but he will do what needs to be done. It's like, we're not having a good time anymore? Sucks to be you.
And see, The Sopranos, I like The Sopranos because, Tony Soprano is awesome. James Gandolfini did incredible in the role. The casting is perfect. There are characters that I'm just like, oh my God, I hate you so much. And everyone who's watched The Sopranos knows. Everyone hates Tony's mom, and everyone hates Tony's sister. They're freaking awful.
Yep, there's people that you despise. I don't think to that level in Breaking Bad.
What about Skyler?
So you only Skyler. You have 2 great examples. There's only really Skyler to really just hate.
It only takes one, Thomas.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Let's see. Whoa! James Bond versus Jason Bourne. James Bond. James Bond. He's the original
Yeah.
super spy. Now, granted, I've only seen parts of the Bourne movies, so part of me, it's
Bourne is really good in the because it's is it 3?
I think there's 4.
Well, they made
Or
a
no,
they
there's
made
5.
there was a 4th or a 5th where they went and got the actor who plays Hawkeye.
Yeah, they got Jeremy Renner.
As another agent, and maybe the 4th one was a prequel.
I'm not sure because there's.
It's been a long time since I've watched it.
I think there's 3 with Matt Damon, and then they did the spin-off with Jeremy Renner, and then they did the other Jason Bourne movie, and that's where you get the Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. And that's all I know about that movie.
God, I can picture that scene. It's just been a while. Those have a solid 3, and those are the only ones that I remember anything from. What's Tombstone? James Bond.
He's so cool.
Oh yeah,
He's so cool. And don't get me wrong.
the most recent one was Daniel
Craig.
Craig. I freaking love just the amount that they pushed that guy. They pushed him in that final one, and everyone's like, Jason Bourne doesn't die, or
James Bond.
James Bond doesn't die on missions, and I'm like, he has all the right to. Do you see how much he is like for one
There's
man?
nothing left of him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, he is.
Yeah. So
Oh man, I'm like, what a way to end it and still win.
I think it's fitting for his character arc. I hate seeing James Bond die, but
Who's your favorite James Bond?
Connery.
Okay.
I'd say Connery, then Craig. And I also really like Timothy Dalton, even though he only did 2 movies. I don't think there's a Bond I dislike,
Okay.
but there's movies that I think are done better. But Skyfall, incredible, perfect movie, perfect James Bond movie.
You've got the classic, there's this international water secret island, Poison Island or whatever. Oh, I was like, oh, this is amazing. I love this. It's so tropey, but I love it.
Well, let's do 2 more here.
Okay.
Wah, 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 wah. Oh,
Ooh, okay. Money versus no money here. Batman versus Spider-Man.
this is gonna be a hard one.
3, 2, 1.
Batman.
Spider-Man?
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. So okay.
Is it just movies?
In general.
If it's just the movies, I'm still with Spider-Man. However, if we throw in the Batman animated series that I grew up watching, Batman wins.
Ooh, but the Spider-Man animated series in the 90s was great too.
It was good, but it wasn't as dark.
That's fair, yeah.
As the animated series was for Batman. Oh my gosh.
This one, for me, Batman.
I love the newest one with Ryan Patterson, and I loved the trilogy with
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yes. Oh my gosh.
And Michael Keaton.
Yes. Yes.
See, for me, whether or not it's Batman or Spider-Man, it almost depends on my mood. So, they both have incredible story arcs.
They both have multiple actors playing them, which are different flavors of the same character.
They have the best rogues galleries.
Yes.
And so Batman, I think I'm giving the edge to Batman just because the rogues gallery. Honestly.
Just the edge. Okay.
Just that's the thing that just puts it, but
if it was just their villains, yes, I would give it to Batman.
Yeah. But oh my God, I love Spider-Man. He's always been, and I mean, part of me still regrets me saying Batman. Really, yeah. It just
Uncle Ben disapproves of your choice.
you know what? Patrick and Martha Wayne disagree with yours.
They never knew me. They were billionaires.
That's true. You were nothing to them.
All right, next one.
Last one here. Let's see what we got. Call of Duty versus Halo.
Oh, God.
I'm going to have things to say about this. Call of Duty.
Halo.
So,
Whoa,
You go-
yeah.
you go
Both
first.
of these have big positives and negatives.
Yeah. They have great.
why-
They both have high highs and low lows.
Why Halo? Okay, multiplayer. It invented first-person multiplayer. It gave it to us on a gold platter. I know that's like toxic or something, but on a gold platter. Like, oh my gosh! Now, unfortunately, it's kind of a little waxed and waned a little bit, but 1, 2, and 3, spectacular. 4. There's, well, the story's continuing. It's what we wanted to continue, but it's, you know, what's going on? We don't know. And then 5, Master Chief is bad. Computers are bad. He's a bad guy. We gotta bring him in. And it's like, no, I'm the ultimate hero. And Infinite multiplayer is now in a good place. Now.
It's been fixed. It took 2 years.
Yes.
It took 2 years,
Yeah,
but
it's good where it is now. Now, Call of Duty. Give me the goods of Call of Duty, because there are goods.
okay. So, well,
The OG Modern Warfare 2, baby.
so what wins? What makes Call of Duty win for me are the games that came out over 10 years ago. So
I know. Similar thing with Halo.
yeah, so Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, I grew
Oh.
up playing, like Call of Duty Finest Hours specifically, and Call of Duty 2, the Big Red One on the PlayStation 2. I adored those games. Call of Duty 4 revolutionized the way we look at multiplayer gameplay. Great story that you still remember those characters. You remember Makarov, you remember Captain Price.
I remember
Soap.
Noble Team. I remember Reach. Did you forget about Reach?
I could never forget Reach. Noble Six.
Good. Good.
yeah,
You better not.
And then, so you've got the Modern Warfare 2 was incredible, added Spec
Oh.
Ops. World at War
gosh, yes.
added Zombies, which was
Yes.
incredible.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that game was
Kino der
brutal.
Toten.
Brutal. And
Giant.
Black Ops was. So now, Call of Duty lost my interest after, what was after Black Ops 2? I think was Ghosts.
I believe it was right after.
I think
or
it was
just-
Ghosts.
yeah,
So
Ghosts.
from that
was-
period to probably
The remake of Modern Warfare.
Yeah, the remake, the
liked.
reboot of Modern Warfare.
Modern
Everything
Warfare
between that was shit.
2 remake was shaky. And then the overpriced DLC of.
Which we're calling Modern Warfare 3.
Yes.
They're calling Modern Warfare 3.
They're calling it that.
But so now Halo,
Still haven't bought it. Neither of us have bought it, right?
I'm not playing it.
No.
Fuck them.
$70 for what, 3 hours of gameplay?
My thing is too, it's like, you can't tell everyone that, okay, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a 2-year game. We finally, even though we remastered the original Modern Warfare 2 story
Yep.
mode for you,
Yep.
we held the multiplayer maps hostage that everyone actually wanted, so that way
Yep.
you play the new game. And then,
Which is funny because then, yeah, here's Modern Warfare 3 where you're only getting remade maps of the original Modern Warfare 2, which then that was like, you're not going to make anything new for it? Which is funny because it's like, that's all we wanted was the originals, and it's like, all right, here's only the originals, and then we went, no, this is also just scummy.
this is a new game, apparently,
Oh
that
my
you said
God.
you weren't going to make for another year.
Oh my God.
But that aside, so those, like, the golden age of Call of Duty, I feel like, to me, is greater than the golden age of Halo. Even though, I've played everything but Halo 5. Halo Reach, adored it. Halo 3, adored it.
Halo Reach was again like the send off from Bungie. Like here is, we already gave you some golden goose eggs. Here's one last one.
Oh, Reach being the last one, yeah.
That
It was-
Bungie did, and they're like, we're gonna go do Destiny, and that's had some highs.
Yeah, and then so...
But 343. Thankfully, like right now, where it is, whatever the team is who's working on it right now, they're good. They're cool.
They're trying.
But like those 2 some odd years, like up to and before when it came out, was just so bad. Oh my god! And they're still slowly trying to unlock things that were put behind FOMO. It was like, oh, you didn't get this armor piece back in season 1. Oh, and it wasn't even on the battle pass then. There's no way to acquire it. You can't even buy it. Oh, you missed out on it. I'm like, that right there. The fact that there's armor that I cannot earn in any way or form. Much less if they were like, oh, you can if you give us $20 for the set. No, I'm not doing that.
I think what we can
my
really
God.
kind of boil this down to is fuck the gaming companies. fuck,
Go play Helldivers 2. Save Super Earth.
go play Hell Let Loose. Play some Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Play Baldur's Gate 3. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious what these...
Lethal Company. Go have fun. Try out some indie games.
So I'm curious about what these are. So
Have you heard from Ubisoft? This is a 4A title. It's going to be $90.
is that what they're doing with Skull and Bones? Please tell me
I don't think
not.
that's.
Okay,
I don't think it's Skull and Bones,
Or
but
is it, was it Mirage? Is that the new Assassin's Creed?
I think it is. Yeah. And people are sitting there going, no, you are a AAA studio. This is not Assassin's Creed. Oh, and their whole statement, get used to not owning your video games. Guess what? We won't, because I won't buy them.
So it looks like there's 4 left in here. I'm just going to read them off.
Rapid fire?
Yeah, rapid fire.
Okay.
So we won't explain it, just name it. So
Boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, boom. Okay.
Crocky!
Come on, man.
All right. South Park versus Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
South Park.
Rick and Morty.
South Park.
I'm loving Rick and Morty.
No.
Okay.
South
Next thing.
Park.
Fozzie.
John Williams versus Hans Zimmer.
Hans
John
Zimmer.
Williams.
Hans Zimmer.
Ooh.
Okay.
We should have picked these earlier. The Simpsons versus Family Guy.
Simpsons. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last one. Marvel versus DC. Marvel.
Fix your movies. Read the comics. Know the source material. Comics-wise, I think DC's kicking butt.
What do you think, people? Were we wrong? Were we right?
They're all gonna say I was
Did
wrong.
we miss an argument? What, like, is there something we should have said and we didn't? Because you're
They
smarter
could
than
post
us.
in more things for us to have verses on.
Yeah,
We could do another episode in a bit.
yeah. Hey, but I mean, if you haven't seen our old episodes, check them out. Or should I say, gotta catch them all.
God.
Catch you next time.
Bye. Oh man.